The 90s Bulls are coming into the spotlight once again in 2020, with The Last Dance docuseries by ESPN gaining a lot of popularity early on. It highlights the transcendent superstar Michael Jordan, the enigmatic Dennis Rodman, the Zen master Phil Jackson, and the rest of the legendary crew. One guy who tends to get lost in this mix though is Scottie Pippen. He is most well known as Michael Jordan's sidekick. While that may be true to an extent, it just doesn't do justice on how good he actually was. The small forward out of Central Arkansas was instrumental in one of the greatest dynasties sports has ever seen, and one of the best players in NBA history. But a lot of people don't exactly know how Pippen was so great in the 90s. This is what made Scottie Pippen great. Defense. Scottie is one of the best defenders the game has ever seen. He could guard any position and was truly versatile. The thing that made Scottie's defense the most effective was his on-ball pressure. He would be all up in guys' faces from the three-point line and into the paint. Most guys don't have the quickness to do this and would get burned, but Scottie had some amazingly light feet and a speedy sidestep. His defensive anticipation was otherworldly. He had a knack for seeing and tracking the ball in the passing lanes and would make the play to get the steal. This skill got him to 6th place all time in steals. Drawing charges is an underrated facet of being a great defender, and Scottie might be better than anyone in that regard. He had a gift of being able to stop on an absolute dime during the middle of an isolation play and take the charge at the most unexpected of times. Most charges are taken in the fast break, but Scottie got a lot of his in the half court. IQ. We touched on his defensive IQ already, but his basketball acumen doesn't stop there. Scottie was very much an on-court coach. He didn't only know exactly what to do himself, but he helped others get it together on the court as well. You don't win the affections of a player like Michael Jordan without being smart, and Pippen was just always making the right decisions. He was a pass-first point forward, but he knew when to be aggressive and when to defer. Playing with Michael Jordan, there are going to be holes that open up in the defense due to the attention he brings, and Scottie knew how to find and exploit them better than anyone, not only for himself, but for his teammates too. Off the ball, he was a whiz, always making the right cuts to get himself to the basket. The highlights of Scottie cutting to the basket off the ball, catching the ball on the run, and then slamming it home are almost endless. Athleticism. Air Jordan wasn't the only one on the 90s Bulls who had some hops. Scottie was a tank driving into the lane. He used his speed for the initial burst past his defender and his strength to will himself through the paint and dunk the ball. He didn't have the flash like Mike, but he had all of the power and more. His speed didn't only go into highlight reel dunks, however. His quick feet were essential to his defensive presence and ability to conduct the fast break. It's one thing to be able to stay up front of a guy, but it's another to be a brick wall up front of him, and Scottie was. With that combination of size, speed, and strength he had, getting matched up with him on the perimeter was no easy task. Another thing he used that strength for was his post game. He was a terrific post scorer and could back guys down and finish with the fadeaway all day long. Playmaking. When you think point forward, you've got to think Scottie Pippen. He started his freshman year of college at Central Arkansas at 6'1", so he played guard and had really sharp traditional guard skills. But he came back the next year at 6'8", and those skills didn't go away. He could dribble, pass, and run the offense all out of the small forward position. He was truly versatile. He knew exactly how to run the offense in Chicago to maximize the skill of Michael, And let me tell you, as a defender, the last thing you'd ever want to see is a fast break with Mike and Scottie running down the floor. If Scottie didn't jam it on the defender himself, he would make a crisp, timely, precision pass to Mike for the score. His ability to see the floor and use his skills to make the right play made him top 10 in playoff dimes, and the perfect Robin to Michael's Batman on offense. Work ethic. Above all, the thing that kept the Bulls dynasty going was their intense work ethic, and Scottie was a poster boy for that. You can see it in footage of games and practices. Scottie always had the drive to be the best in what he did. That constant drive and the never settle attitude is the reason the Bulls were able to win 6 rings. Scottie always had himself in shape, was making improvements to his game, and always wanted to be the best. Without that work ethic, there is no Scottie Pippen and there is no Bulls dynasty. That's just some of the stuff that made Pippen such a great player. Personally, I don't really think he's overrated or underrated. I just think he's really underappreciated. And hopefully this video sheds some light on how good he actually was, and hopefully we can learn some from the Last Dance documentary about how vital he was to the success of the 1990s Bulls dynasty. If you have any other players that you'd like me to make a video like this on, let me know in the comment section and I will do my best to make that happen. If you liked this video, go ahead and click that subscribe button. We post daily sports videos. We post all kinds of stuff from player breakdowns to documentaries to our weekly podcast. I promise you, you will not regret it. Thanks for watching.